Twin Ports Sports.
Welcome in. I am joined by Duluth FC head coach Joel Person ahead of Sunday's season opener against Sioux Falls Thunder FC. Thanks so much for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Of course. I know everybody is on their own schedules. People are still in school. Things are still working out. But how much time have these guys actually spent playing together so far?
It's one of the biggest challenges that we have for these types of leagues because a lot of our players are some of the top current college players around the country. And so they are just now finishing up their final exam schedules for the spring, and each school's on their own schedule. So some players have been done for a week or so and have been in here for the last few days training with the team. Some are coming in today, some are coming in tomorrow. So we will be putting together a very talented team, on the field for Sunday, but some of them will be learning each other's names literally right before the game. So it's one of our big challenges. The good news is pretty much every team in this league is kind of in that same situation, so we should be fine.
Now, every game does matter. I don't want to say one game matters less than the other, but how much of this first game will be focused on just determining the team chemistry that you have?
Well, that'll be a big part of it. At the same time, every game does mean something. You're right. In this conference, it's a very competitive conference. The last 2 years, I think the teams that have made the playoffs, what separated them from the people that haven't gone to the playoffs has been like 1 point. So we have to make sure we get a result this weekend while building team chemistry and looking towards the future as well.
Do you happen to know how many returners you guys have this season?
It's about 50% of the roster, and that's somewhat normal. One of the things we're trying to do as an organization is help our players sign professional contracts after they graduate to college, and we have several players that played on the team last year that are right now currently on tryouts for professional teams around the country and in Europe. So we will naturally lose a certain percentage of the roster each year. But again, I think we've been able to replace them very well, and so we still do have a solid core of players coming back, but then I think we've brought in a lot of talented new players as well to mix with them.
Now, you just mentioned kind of mixing in that balance of new and old, but one of the players that isn't returning, Kyle Farrar, who's made an impact on the team, on this community. Not only is he a skilled player, but he's also a strong leader. Do you think his absence will have any effect on this team?
Well, obviously it hurts to lose a player of his caliber, and he's also one of the founding members of the team. He's been here for the last several years. So yeah, it'll definitely hurt us to lose him. At the same time, again, I feel like we've been able to recruit very well, and we have several different players that play in this position that have a chance to step up and do a job. So at the same time, we hate to see him go. At the same time, I think we'll be fine moving forward.
What do you think right now is the key to just starting off 1-0?
Really, I think we're going to be talented, but we have to figure out a way to gel team chemistry-wise very, very quickly. And I think that's where having some of the returners back does help, because they've been there and done that before. So I think that's going to be one of the keys to the game, because one of the other tricky things about this particular game is we will have no scouting report on this team we're going to play, because it's a brand new season, neither one of us have played. So we're going to have to rely on the leadership from the guys that are returning to really help us win the game.
And after this Sunday, you guys have the U.S. Open Cup to prepare for. This is the second year you guys are doing it. How awesome is it to qualify for that 2 years in a row?
It's an honor. Again, you can be a player or a coach in this country for your entire life and never qualify for that. It's a very prestigious competition. So it's an honor to do it 2 years in a row. Our draw is challenging. We drew Des Moines Menace, and so we have to travel down to Iowa next week, and that'll be a really, really big game. But again, if you're a competitor, that's why you do this. You love those types of opportunities.
Cool. And this past Tuesday was the kickoff party. So many people were there. Even I remember last season, the stands were constant. There was an attendance every single game. How awesome is it to have that kind of support from this community?
Well, to see it grow over the last couple of years has been amazing, because this is only the beginning of our third year in the league. And so, to go and have an event at Duluth Cider like we did and really pack the place out on a Tuesday night, really for just Duluth FC supporters, was really cool. And it's great for the players who are just getting to town, because they get to get in and feel welcomed and feel supported by the community. So it's just been an awesome process.
Awesome. Well, that is head coach Joel Person. They're getting ready for Duluth FC's first game on Sunday at 3 p.m. at Duluth East High School. You all should go check it out. Thank you so much for coming in and speaking with me.
Again, thanks for having me.
Of course.